Okay, so lately I've been really drawn into videos of people making clothes out of tablecloths, dollies, and napkins. I've saved so many of them in Pinterest since last year. And then I found this £2 lace knit curtain in charity shop. And my first thought was, I should make a top out of it. And obviously it's a bit see-through, so I've got this yellow nudish fabric that I thought I could do the lining with, and that's pretty cute. But I also have two other options, because I think the light makes the pattern not stand out as much. I was thinking maybe a darker lining. But I'm not a huge fan of this fabric. I made some trousers with it, and you just absolutely have to iron this trousers, like it wrinkles so fast. So I have this other fabric, which is this really dark sort of reddish brown, and maybe that with this. I don't know. Honestly, I had no pattern for this. I didn't even look one up or sketch one, but I had a rough idea and the sort of vibe I wanted to go for. I decided to use the nude cotton fabric as the lining because I wanted it to look soft and light and something nice to wear for hot summer days. And because I was winging this entire project, I accidentally ended up making something so simple. I think genuinely anyone can make this. Basically, all you need to do is cut the lace fabric and lining fabric into rectangles using these measurements. The only thing I would say is when you're cutting the lace fabric, make sure you actually pay attention to where the pattern sits. Because with lace, the pattern really changes the whole look. You also need straps that tie at the back and 4-liter tabs to hold them in place. I ended up using an old pillowcase to make the straps from because it was the only white fabric I had. I sewed the straps onto the neckline first, then added 2 tabs on the top edges and another 2 closer to the waistline.
Committing to a anti-austerity summit, which is something that we want to do with other leaders from other boroughs, which I know that those decisions with residents. We've seen in Hackney that things like the cancelling the Hackney Carnival over quickly on some of our promises and then, be really still harming residents.
About that kind of political use.
I think they need to be really looking at this from a way of looking about the state of this country.
Damaged you at all, or do you think sort of the residents of Hackney are?
Use and explain, how we are tackling kind of racism.
Or, have you got any sort of special Lewisham?
But on my first attempt, the lace pattern ended up looking weirdly asymmetrical because of where I placed the straps. Like, it was technically fine, but it visually annoyed me. So I unpicked everything and moved them slightly and it looked so much better. Another issue was the seams. Because the lace is see-through, all the excess fabric from joining the layers together was super visible and looked kind of messy. At first I thought of doing French seams. I even tested it on scrap fabric first, but it ended up looking really bulky and heavy. So instead, I trimmed down the excess fabric really close and just did a top stitch instead. And honestly, it looked way cleaner. I still had some leftover curtain fabric afterwards, so I convinced myself of making another top. This time I used a dark brown lining underneath because I thought it would make the lace stand out a lot more, which it did. But when I tried it on, the sides looked kind of funny. The main body ended up being slightly too small, so instead of the thin straps, I used much thicker and longer straps for the back. And weirdly, it helps smooth out the sides a lot better. For a second, I thought about keeping the thin straps and turning it into a halter neck, but I prefer the strapless version. And here's the final reveal. Honestly, I think it turned out so cute. The light version feels very soft, romantic, and gives a bit more summer vibe, whereas the other one also gives romantic but a bit more gothic vibe. Both of them does flare out slightly at the front, especially the darker one, but I genuinely don't mind. I think the thick straps look cute tied as either a knot or a bow if you can do a bow well. Now I just need the British weather to cooperate so I can actually wear it. I actually still have some lace fabric left over. It's not enough to make a clothing out of, but maybe like a tote bag or something, or small accessories. Anyways, if you made it this far, then let me know which version of the top was your favorite. See ya.